Let me say something many women never hear out loud. Sometimes it is not your hands that are aging your look. It is the Polish colour sitting on them. A shade that felt pretty years ago can start making mature hands look dry, dull, or disconnected from the richness of your skin now. And for black women especially, the wrong nail colour can turn natural depth and beauty flat. So today we are fixing that with intention. I am giving you 7 nail colours that can make mature hands look fresher, brighter, softer, and far more polished without chasing youth or pretending your age is a problem. This is not about hiding your story. It is about framing it beautifully. Stay with me, because the bonus at the end is the finishing method that makes any manicure look more expensive. Before we begin, tell me in the comments where you are watching from, what time it is there, and what bothers you most about your hands right now. Dryness, visible veins, dark spots, or nails that never look polished enough. I read the comments, and I love meeting you there. Our first shade is Soft Cocoa Rose, and this is where I want a lot of you to start because it feels elegant, forgiving, and instantly grown. This is not that pale, dusty pink the beauty world keeps trying to sell to everybody as universal. On mature black hands, many of those pale pinks turn chalky, ashy, or disconnected from the warmth and richness already in your skin. Soft Cocoa Rose is different. It has rose in it, yes, but it also has that whisper of brown, mauve, and softness that lets it blend instead of fight. Think of colour names like Rosewood Nude, Mocha Mauve, Cocoa Blush, or Berry Beige. What you are looking for is a muted rosy brown that feels refined, not sugary. That muted warmth helps the hands look smoother because it does not call attention to every little contrast. If your veins show, if your knuckles are slightly deeper than the rest of your hand, or if your skin sometimes looks dry even when you have moisturized. This colour tends to soften the whole picture. Now let's make it practical. If your skin is deep, look for a version with more brown depth than pink. You want it to feel like polished richness, not a pale overlay. If your skin is medium deep, you can wear a balanced mauve rose with just enough warmth to keep it alive. If your skin is lighter brown, choose a rose beige that still has depth, because anything too pastel will disappear in the wrong way. This is a beautiful everyday polish. It works for church, work, travel, brunch, dinner, and those weeks when you want your nails done but do not want them announcing themselves before you do. It also pairs beautifully with gold jewellery, soft camel, chocolate, olive, taupe, burgundy, and cream. If you wear rose gold, it becomes even softer and more feminine without losing that expensive feeling. If you love minimalist dressing, this is one of those shades that makes a white button-down, a tan handbag, and a clean watch look finished. If you prefer richer dressing, it still holds its own beside leopard, plum, espresso, or a deep olive coat. For finish, choose cream or soft satin. Do not go dead matte, because matte can make mature nails look dry. And do not go frosty, because frost adds that dated shine that cheapens the result. One coat gives you a polished whisper. 2 coats give you quiet luxury. Keep the nail shape oval or softly squared, because that shape lets the colour read elegant instead of heavy. The difference is subtle, powerful. The wrong pink makes the hands look separate from you. Soft Cocoa Rose makes them look like they belong to a woman who knows exactly how to finish a look. It reads graceful, modern, and quietly expensive. It also flatters hands that carry beautiful contrast between fingers, knuckles, and nail beds. Now let's talk about the nude that actually works, because a lot of women hear nude nails and picture something pale, pink beige, and almost invisible. That is exactly the problem here. So many mainstream nude polishes were designed around lighter complexions, and when mature black women wear them, the hands can look dusty, muted, or unfinished instead of polished. The right nude should never make you disappear. It should look like your skin tone came back from vacation rested, moisturized, and beautifully lit. That is why honeyed beige nude is such a strong choice. It carries warmth, it carries softness, and it gives the eye a smooth transition from skin to nail, which makes the whole hand look calmer and more expensive. You want names like honey almond, warm biscuit, caramel beige, toffee nude, or golden sand. The shade should feel slightly richer and warmer than your bare nail, not lighter than your skin, and not grey. If your skin is deep, go for toffee, almond latte, chestnut beige, or any nude with golden brown richness. If your skin is medium deep, warm sand, honey beige, or a golden caramel nude usually looks beautiful. If your skin is lighter brown, try soft tan, peach beige, or biscuit nude with warmth. The goal is not an exact skin match. The goal is harmony with life in it. This shade is wonderful when you want your jewelry to lead. Rings look richer. A bracelet stack looks cleaner. Even a simple watch feels more intentional. That is why this color is so effective for weddings, interviews, family photos, church events, and any time you want your hands to look groomed but not loud. It is also one of the best travel shades because chips are less obvious and the overall impression stays polished longer. If you love a polished minimalist wardrobe, this is almost a signature nail. It lets texture do the talking. A smooth leather bag, a silk scarf, a crisp cuff, a tailored sleeve. Finish matters here. Choose a creamy finish with soft shine. Avoid heavy pearl, icy shimmer, or those flat concealer nudes that make the nails look pasted on. If your nude feels too dull, layer one sheer honey or amber-toned coat over it instead of throwing it away. Sometimes that tiny shift is what brings the color to life on melanin-rich skin. Seasonally, this shade gives you options. In spring and summer, it looks gorgeous with linen, raffia, tan sandals, gold hoops, and white shirts. In fall and winter, it becomes luxurious with camel coats, dark denim, espresso boots, deep green knits, and a structured handbag. On shorter oval or squoval nails, it reads especially clean and expensive. Here is the checkpoint. If the nude disappears from across the room but still gives warmth and finish up close, you found the one. It is the manicure equivalent of polished skin, understated fragrance, and a beautifully pressed blouse. If your hands have been looking tired lately, sheer guava coral may be the shade that wakes them up faster than anything else on this list. And I want to be very clear about the word sheer, because that is where the elegance lives. We are not talking about loud neon orange, bright tropical cream, or anything that screams before you walk into the room. We are talking about a softened coral with a translucent finish that lets a little light and a little natural nail come through. That translucency matters. On mature hands, dense, opaque polish can sometimes sit on the nail like a block of colour. A sheer coral feels lighter, fresher, and more alive. It gives the nails that healthy, hydrated look women are often trying to get from clear polish, but with far more life. Coral works especially well because it carries both pink and orange energy. Pink restores a hint of softness. Orange brings warmth. Together they can make the hands look more awake. Look for names like guava jelly, soft papaya, pink coral sheer, watermelon coral, or warm melon gloss. If your skin is deep, choose a coral with enough orange-pink depth to look juicy, not chalky. If your skin is medium deep, balanced coral usually works beautifully. If your skin is lighter brown, go slightly pinker, so the colour still feels natural and flattering. This shade is perfect when your hands look ashy, dull, or simply low energy. It is beautiful for brunch, vacation, spring events, summer dressing, casual weekends, and family gatherings where you want to look fresh without doing the most. It pairs beautifully with white shirts, denim jackets, straw textures, gold bangles, peachy blush, glossy lips, and soft prints. If you wear a lot of navy or cream in warm weather, this colour adds exactly enough life. It is also wonderful for women who like a natural manicure but feel bored by beige. Coral gives movement and personality while still staying soft. Application matters here too. 1 coat gives you a clean wash of freshness. 2 coats give you more visible glow while still keeping that soft jelly effect. Add a glossy top coat and the nails instantly look plumper and healthier. That is one reason sheer shades tend to flatter mature hands so well. They reflect care, not effort. Avoid traffic cone orange, chalky peach, and frosty coral. Those versions can age the look instead of lifting it. And if you are nervous about coral, keep your nails short. That shape keeps the colour modern, soft, and approachable today. You can even start with coral on toes first, then bring it to your hands once you see how flattering that warmth really is. Try this one on the next week you feel your whole look needs a little sunshine without any noise. It brings just enough playfulness to the hand without taking away the grace that maturity already gives you. Now let's get into the surprise shade, because smoky orchid lavender is one of those colours women often assume is too pastel, too young, or too experimental for them. But that fear usually comes from seeing the wrong version. I am not talking about Easter lavender, cartoon lilac, or bright violet. I am talking about a muted orchid lavender with a little grey, a little mauve, and enough depth to feel modern. This is the kind of colour that can make mature hands look instantly more styled. The coolness creates contrast, but the smoke keeps it elegant. On black women especially, that contrast can be beautiful when the shade is softened correctly. It does not wash you out. It creates intention. It says you chose this. That matters. A manicure looks younger not because it imitates youth, but because it looks current, clean, and aware of visual balance. Search for names like smoky lilac, muted orchid, dusty violet, heather lavender, or mauve lilac. If your skin is deep, choose a version with orchid depth and some grey or mauve grounding. Avoid anything milky or chalky. If your skin is medium deep, a muted lilac with smoky softness can look especially elegant. If your skin is lighter brown, choose a mauve lilac that still has warmth underneath so it does not turn cold against your hand. This is one of the best shades for women who love silver jewellery. A silver ring, a watch, or hoop earrings with this polish can look incredibly chic. It is also lovely with charcoal, navy, soft white, plum, black, and cool taupes. If you wear natural silver hair, this colour is a dream. If your hair is black, grey, or salt and pepper, it still gives that polished, fashion-aware finish that feels refined instead of trendy. To keep it elevated, keep the nail length shorter and the finish creamy. Glitter can take this colour in the wrong direction. Very quickly. So can electric undertones. You want softness, not spectacle. This shade is beautiful for dinners, stylish everyday dressing, creative workspaces, gallery events, and those moments when you want somebody to notice your taste rather than just your manicure. It is also a smart option when you are tired of nudes and reds, but still want something easy to wear with real clothes. Also remember that cool tones can be powerful when the rest of the look is grounded. Pair this with a structured blazer, a smooth handbag, a crisp shirt, or sculptural jewelry, and suddenly the whole image feels editorial in the best way. A clean cuticle line and a tidy oval shape make this colour look even more expensive. Picture your hand wrapped around a coffee cup, silver rings catching the light, this smoky orchid polish sitting there calm, quiet, and impossibly elegant. That is the magic. It feels beautifully current. And for women who enjoy being a little unexpected, it gives personality without sacrificing polish or softness. There is a reason red never leaves the conversation, but the red has to be right. For mature hands, and especially on black women whose skin already carries depth and presence, the wrong red can feel harsh, orange, or unnecessarily loud. The right red, though, is pure power. It makes the hands look finished. It makes jewelry sharper. It makes simple clothing feel intentional. And it does all of that in seconds. The red you want is a blue-red power red. Think classic cherry, vintage crimson, or a clean, cool-based red with medium depth. You do not want orange red, tomato red, or rust red if the goal is a fresher, more polished hand. Those warmer reds can sometimes exaggerate sallowness, unevenness, or that tired cast the hands can get. A blue-based red gives clarity. It pulls everything together and adds elegance instead of chaos. Now, this shade is not only for special occasions, but it certainly shines there. It is gorgeous for date nights, speaking engagements, church, dinner events, holidays, celebrations, and photos. If you are a woman who likes a signature look, this can absolutely be your colour. On deep skin, richer jewel reds look extraordinary because they echo the richness already present in your complexion. On medium deep skin, a true balanced blue-red is often the sweet spot. On lighter brown skin, clean cherry or vintage red tends to be far more flattering than brick. To keep red sophisticated, keep the shape controlled. Medium short nails in an oval or squoval shape are ideal. They let the colour feel deliberate instead of dramatic for drama's sake. The finish should be creamy with moderate shine. Patent gloss can highlight nail texture, and glitter red often looks costume-like. This is one of those shades where polish application matters, so take your time around the edges. Red also pairs beautifully with black, ivory, navy, camel, crisp denim, and rich monochrome looks. It can stand next to gold jewellery and still feel balanced. It can sit with silver and still look sharp. That is part of why it remains timeless. It adapts. If you are wearing a simple black dress, red nails complete it. If you are wearing jeans, a white shirt, and a red lip, they finish the story. If your wardrobe is mostly neutrals, this one manicure can keep the whole look from feeling sleepy. And let me say this too. Drugstore red can look just as luxurious as designer red if the nail shape is neat, the top coat is fresh, and the hands are moisturized. This is not about brand snobbery. It is about precision. When your nails are wearing the right red, your hands do not whisper for permission. They look like they arrived with confidence already intact. That is the psychological lift of a true power shade. It shows. Immediately. That is why so many women return to it again and again after trying every trend under the sun. If you have never worn a metallic because you think shimmer automatically means flashy, let me lovingly interrupt that idea right now. Burnished champagne metallic is not glitter. It is not party store sparkle. It is not teenage shine. When it is done correctly, it acts like jewelry for the nails. It catches light in a soft, flattering way, and can make mature hands look instantly more luminous. The key is restraint. You want a shade that looks like antique gold, warm champagne, soft bronze gold, or honeyed metallic beige. The shimmer should be fine, almost diffused, never chunky. That fine reflection matters because it breaks up the visual focus on texture. In plain language, it helps the eye notice glow before it notices dryness, veins, or uneven tone. That is why this family can be so beautiful on mature hands. For deep skin, antique gold and bronze champagne are usually stunning. They create warmth and richness without looking icy. For medium deep skin, warm champagne and honey shimmer are gorgeous. For lighter brown skin, a softer gold beige metallic can look elegant and airy. What you want to avoid is silver frost, mirror chrome, or anything that looks cold and hard. Those finishes can turn glamorous into severe very quickly. This polish is perfect for weddings, celebrations, evening dinners, holiday dressing, and any moment when you want your hands to look expensive with very little effort. It pairs beautifully with gold jewellery, satin fabrics, bronze makeup, deep chocolate, cream, burgundy, rust, olive, and black. If your wardrobe already leans rich and textured, this shade slides right in. It is especially beautiful when your accessories are simple but substantial, like a bold cuff, a clean ring stack, or earrings with warm metal hardware. And here is the everyday version if a full metallic feels like too much. Wear one coat of a burnished champagne topper over a warm nude or soft rose base. That gives you soft radiance rather than full sparkle, and it is incredibly flattering. 2 full coats give you a more noticeable statement, but still a refined one if the shimmer is fine enough. This is also a lovely vacation manicure because it moves easily from casual daytime dressing to evening dinner without needing a wardrobe change. This is also a strong photo shade. In evening light, candlelight, or indoor events, it reflects beautifully. Your hands can look smoother and more polished without looking overdone. Just keep the nail shape neat, the cuticles moisturized, and the rest of the manicure clean. No accent nail is needed. The glow is already doing the work. That is the lesson with this color. Elegance does not come from hiding your hands. It comes from choosing where the light lands. When the shimmer is tasteful, the whole hand reads softer, richer, and beautifully intentional. Instantly. It gives radiance, yes, but in a way that still respects maturity, taste, and restraint. And now we reach the deepest, richest shade on the list. Deep Berry Plum. If you have been craving a color with drama, authority, and real sophistication, this may be your signature. The reason it works so well is that it gives you depth without the harshness of black and without the muddiness of some dark browns or wines. It feels regal. It feels intentional. It feels like a woman who knows herself. The best version sits somewhere between berry and plum, with enough softness to stay elegant. Think blackberry rose, mulberry plum, black cherry cream, or aubergine berry. What you do not want is a near black purple that reads gothic or severe, or a muddy brown wine shade that makes the hands look tired. You want richness, not heaviness. On black women, this kind of jewel-toned depth can be absolutely stunning because it echoes the natural richness already present in melanin. On deep skin, it looks luxurious and powerful. On medium deep skin, it adds drama without disconnecting from the complexion. On lighter brown skin, it can create beautiful contrast when the undertone stays berry instead of murky brown. In other words, this shade does not fight your skin. It collaborates with it. This is a gorgeous color for fall and winter, but do not limit it to that if you love depth year-round. It is perfect for evening events, church elegance, dinner parties, polished everyday glamour, and those moments when you want your manicure to feel substantial. It pairs beautifully with camel, charcoal, black, espresso, deep teal, wine, navy, and cream. Add gold jewelry and it turns lush. Add gunmetal or silver and it turns sleek. A plum lip, a dark handbag, or a tailored coat makes it feel even more intentional. To keep it wearable, keep the shape soft. Oval is especially beautiful here because it balances the intensity of the colour. Squoval works too if you prefer a more practical, modern finish. If you are hesitant, start with shorter nails and let the colour be the statement. You can even try it first during cooler months, styled with neutral clothing, and watch how quickly it starts feeling like a classic instead of a risk. Many women who think they are not dark nail women discover that berry plum is the shade that changes their mind. Finish matters, as always. Choose cream or a softly luminous shine. Frost cheapens it. Heavy glitter overwhelms it. This is a shade that looks best when it appears smooth, rich, and quietly dramatic. Tell me in the comments, are you a nude woman? A red woman? Or are you ready for something like this, deep berry plum, that walks in with elegance? A little history on its side? It carries confidence, depth, and glamour without ever begging for attention. That matters. Deeply. It feels especially beautiful when you want your style to read powerful, feminine, and fully self-possessed. Now let's talk about the finishing method, because even the most beautiful Polish colour can fall flat if the hands themselves are not prepared to carry it. This is where a manicure starts looking expensive instead of merely coloured. First, soften everything before you polish. A quick soak in warm water for a few minutes, or even applying cuticle remover and letting it sit, helps the nail area relax. Then gently push the cuticles back. You do not need to aggressively cut them. In fact, overcutting can make the whole manicure look rough faster. Clean, tidy cuticles instantly make any colour look more refined. Second, use a ridge-filling base coat. Mature nails often have texture, and there is nothing wrong with that, but polish goes on more beautifully over a smoother surface. A ridge-filling base coat creates that smoother canvas and helps cream shades, metallics, and sheers look more intentional instead of streaky. Third, stay loyal to shape and length. Medium short nails in an oval or squoval shape are almost always the most flattering. They elongate the fingers, soften the hand, and keep every shade on today's list looking elegant. Very long nails can make rich colours feel aggressive, and very square nails can visually widen the fingers. Fourth, top coat is not optional. It is the seal that keeps your manicure looking alive. Reapply every 2 to 3 days if you want that fresh finish to last. A dull manicure can make even the perfect polish look tired. If you wash dishes, garden, or use your hands heavily, that refresh matters even more. Fifth, use cuticle oil every night. Jojoba, vitamin E, and sweet almond oil all work beautifully. Hydrated cuticles make the whole nail look healthier, and over time they improve the polished look of your hands even before colour goes on. Massage the oil in for a few seconds instead of just dropping it on top. That tiny ritual helps the hands look less neglected and more pampered. And finally, take care of the skin on the back of your hands the same way you care for your face. Use SPF during the day. Use hand cream, brightening serum, or a rich moisturizer at night. When the skin looks cared for, every polished shade looks richer. And when you match your polish mood to your jewelry and wardrobe tone, the final result feels complete, not random. That is how you get expensive-looking hands: prep, shape, shine, moisture, and intention. It is never just the color. It is the finish around it. These small habits are what make inexpensive polish look elevated and premium polish look unforgettable. Your hands have lived, worked, loved, carried, built, and blessed. They do not need to look younger to be worthy of beauty. They simply deserve color choices that honor their richness, their elegance, and their presence. Choose the shade that makes you feel most radiant, most polished, and most like yourself. And if this helped you, like this video, subscribe, and tap the bell so you do not miss what is coming next. Then leave me this in the comments. Still beautifully visible. Keep showing up with grace.